Hey, welcome. Today we're going to talk about why educational content does not work to get coaching clients and why it's driving your ideal coaching clients away, and providing value is actually reducing your value. And we're going to talk about how to fix this, because the problem is right now, coaches feel like in order to get clients, they've got to give more value and more stuff and more free content and giveaways and this and that. And the problem is, it's actually pushing people away. But there is a right type of content that you need to use that I'm going to explain to you. Let's first of all just talk about the problem. Okay. The first part of this problem is content has no value. AI is creating content at rates nobody has ever seen. Anybody can create 3 steps to overcoming this problem, 3 steps to getting this, 2 steps to this, 5 steps to that. It has no value because it's being created so fast. 10 years ago, content had a ton of value online because content and information was hard to get. Now it's not, it's everywhere. The second problem is everybody in your market is giving everything away. So everybody's giving away ebooks and videos and trainings, and you can get full courses now for $5, $10. I mean, Alex Hormozy recently did this huge launch where he basically sold like over 2 million copies of his book, just giving stuff away like crazy. Okay. So people are giving stuff away, so there's no value anymore. And the other problem is I see this all the time. When coaches come in and start working with us, their webinars, for example, all have like 3 tips. Okay, so if you're a mindset coach, hypothetically, the first tip is, you've got to learn to manifest what you want versus what you don't want. The second thing is you need to have the right goals. And the third thing is, whatever. And then they're like, hey, book a call and I'll help you. I'll coach you. And people are like, I don't need your help figuring that out. I can go to YouTube to figure that out. And so it really commoditizes you as a coach. Okay. So by giving more content, you're actually just giving away free stuff. And the final reason why it doesn't help is because when you give away a lot of content, what happens is people start implementing small chunks of it. They don't get results. And guess whose fault it is? Yours. They're like, yeah, I tried that coach's free stuff. That didn't work. That was a disaster. And you're like, but I gave you like 1 tip. There's like 80 steps and you took 1 step and failed. So what is the type of content that you have to use? What's the most powerful type right now? The most powerful type of content for coaches is what we call belief shifting content. Okay? When you can shift somebody's beliefs in your content, boom, they trust you. They're like, oh my gosh, I've never seen it that way. That's exactly what was missing for me. I have to try that. This is one of the many reasons why Tony Robbins is so popular, because he keeps shifting beliefs. He keeps shifting beliefs. And so, for example, the problem right now is your buyers have all these belief systems in their head, and they're coming on sales calls with you and enrollment calls, and coaches have this logical sales script, and they're like, well, here's why you should buy and this and that. And then people are like, well, I got to think about it. I don't know how to make decisions like this. It's because they have the wrong buyer belief systems that's been installed from all this contradictory content in your coaching niche. So you can't expect to just bring somebody on a call from an ad who watched your 16-minute or 6-minute or 2-minute video, read your ebook or whatever, books a call to buy. They're not buying anymore because they have the wrong belief systems. Okay. So when you shift, I'm going to explain to you some strategies here, but you have to change their belief system before they can buy, not inject a whole bunch of more content in their brain. It's not working. And let me give you an example of this. I have a really bad C1 and C2 vertebrae that I injured myself skiing when I was 27, and I'm 47 right now. And what happened is nobody could fix it. I went to ENT surgeons because they thought I had like issues with sinuses, specialists, this doctor, that chiropractor, this chiropractor, the next guy. Nobody could fix it for years and years and years. Finally, I got into a specialized upper cervical specialist who did a scan on me and then hooked it up on the board. And he's like, there's your problem right there. And charged me $1,000 to figure this thing out, way more than any chiropractor had ever paid. But you know what? I'm loyal to him for life. I live in Vegas now. I'm from Canada originally, but I drive all the way to the other side of Vegas. I live in the Summerlin area. I drive all the way to Henderson, every 3 weeks to get him to pop my C2 back in, because I mean, it's not painful, but the way he fixes it, nobody else can. And so I probably drive by 100 chiropractic clinics, and yet he's the most expensive out of all of them. But he was the one who shifted that belief, diagnosed my situation, and now I'm like, I will work with you forever. Okay. And so when you give people more content, you're giving them more of what they already know, and you're making them full. And when they get full, what happens is, it's like when I go to Costco and I go, early in the morning or whatever, and they have all those spring roll samples, and I'm like eating all the spring roll samples. And then the nice lady's like, hey, spring rolls are on sale. These veggie spring rolls are on sale for, 2 for 1. Do you want them? I'm like, oh, I'm full. I don't want them anymore. And that's what's happening to your ideal client. Okay. And so here's how you fix this. The first thing you need to do is you need to remember that creating strategic content that shifts your ideal client's belief system gets them to see you as the only option, because everybody in your market right now is giving more free stuff, more free stuff, more free stuff. And so when you can shift their belief system through your content, it makes you seen as that only option. And then they want to buy from you. Okay. What you need to do is start focusing all your content, any posts you make, all your webinars, everything like that. You need to ask yourself, what are the belief systems my ideal clients are believing right now, that if they get on a call with me with those belief systems, they are not going to buy? What are those belief systems? And I'm sure there's a whole pile of them. If you've had, when had calls with people, other than I'm broke or I have no money, but like, what are the belief systems that they're telling you? Is it that they've heard it all before, they don't think this is the right fit, other people can do this, all that kind of stuff? Do they think they can go to YouTube, all that kind of stuff? What are the belief systems? Also, what are the things that they need to believe in order for you to buy about the content, right? You'll see people like in the weight loss niche. Are there certain things that they need to believe that if they believe that, it's going to get them to buy from you versus somebody else? And you have to start hooking that into your system. And you need to, the bottom line, design your content so that the more they go through it, the more they want of you, versus going, oh man, my head's sore, my brain's sore. You know what? I think I just got to go implement these 20 pages of notes this coach gave me, and then I'll come back to them. And see, that's what they're doing. And the problem is they're not coming back. So all of your content needs to shift belief systems and guide them to that next step, which is ultimately to book a call. And this is how you get people to book calls with you and have an enrollment call to be like, oh my gosh, how do I work with this person? They're so right about all this stuff. I have to absolutely do this. Where have they been all my life? The way we do this is we use what's called a mini celebrity status ecosystem. And what we do is we're able to hook content into an ecosystem, and it hooks it all together, and it gets people to see you as the only option. It eliminates all their buyer the beliefs that they've had before. It installs their buyer beliefs, gets them to a place where they see you as the only option, the best option, and the last option. Because look, you want them to feel like, oh my gosh, I've tried everything else. You make the most sense. Wow, where have you been all my life? You're now seen as the expert's expert, like the specialist of the top of the food chain. I've tried everybody else. Now I know I need to work with you. And we hook that all together, and then using ads and various strategies, get this thing working to do all those things to get people to work with you. So here's what I want to do. First of all, hit the subscribe button so that you're going to get more of our videos. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to click the link below. And what we want to do is set up a 15-minute mini celebrity status ecosystem call with you. On this call, there's nothing to buy because it's only 15 minutes, okay? And the goal of this call is we're going to share with you the best ways to help you be seen as that only option, the best option and the last option, how to create that mind shifting content, and then how to hook it into a mini celebrity status ecosystem, which gets you seen as the best option, the last option, and the only option. And so that you can get your ads to scale, so you can add that next $20,000 a month into your business. Because I'm telling you this, you don't have to have a ton of content, but you do need some. And we need to hook it into an ecosystem that gets people in and has them wanting to buy from only you. And you can do this with a small following. And this is how I've built my business. I've spent over $2 million in the last few years on ads, figuring this whole thing out. And now I want to share it with you. So what I want you to do, it's very simple. Click the link down below, book in that 15-minute call. We call it our mini celebrity status ecosystem call. And we're going to brainstorm with you to figure this out, how you can be seen as that only option, how to shift your content away from educational content so people want to buy from you, and how to get them on calls fast, seeing you as that option to want to work with you so that you can really scale to that next $20,000 a month, because everything's changed. Free content doesn't have any value with all the AI stuff, everybody pushing it out, all this kind of stuff, just more education on YouTube. It's not working. So that's what you need to do. Hope this video was helpful. Click that link now, book in on your free call so we can help you brainstorm this and share with you how the mini celebrity status ecosystem can actually work to help scale your coaching business. You can start adding that next 20,000 in revenue and get to where you need to go. All right. See you on the link.